Hi guys, welcome back to the garden. How are you? Alright, I started the video with you looking at one of my favorite roses in the world, the Champion Knockout, guys. This is the Champion Knockout. Yeah, she has started her, not in her full flush yet, but she has started, right? She's treating us to some beautiful flowers, which of course I am enjoying, just absolutely every minute of it. Alright, so today I will be taking you along with me to get some of our heirloom roses planted. We've had newcomers to the garden. We have Twilight Zone and Enchanted Peace, and we're going to be planting them up together. Alright, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Alright, and I am going to get right into it right now, right after I show you just one more beautiful bloom from the Champion Knockout. Isn't she beautiful? Alright guys, let's get started. Alright, let us do this. Walking by our knockouts as always. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry guys. Look what you see. Do you remember the spot from the earlier tour? What was that, a week or two ago? What do you see? Yes guys, Claire Austin is blooming. She has given us a flower, and I have to get you in there. Give me just look at Claire, guys. Oh, it's all the way on the ground. I have to get her an obelisk or something to rest on, because it is a climbing rose. Look at Claire Austin's first bloom. What? Aw. Sometimes when I see the roses and they're so small, and they actually put out these big blooms, I'm like, oh man. Because look at this. Claire is like, yeah, another one that's only a foot or so tall. And look at this. Look at her first flower. Gorgeous. I know. Alright guys, forgive me. I'm going to have to take a picture again. Alright. Okay, now, I promise, no more distractions. Let's get to the beds where we're going to be planting our heirloom roses. So we are heading there now. Okay, there are the roses sitting by. I have them by the bed with Princess Alexandra of Kent. They're resting on the side right there. Let me just show you the other heirloom rose, Margaret Merrill. Margaret is in bloom. Alright, and she has started putting on some extra growth for me, which is awesome. Right? I think I have to give the rabbits credit for that, because they came in and they were just nibbling on this poor rose, and everywhere that they nibbled, she is actually pushing out new growth, so I guess that's a good thing. Yeah. Margaret Merrill, she's going to be a beautiful rose. It's just that she's taken so long to get started. So long. And in my heat, white roses always tend to burn around the tips, no matter how much I water them. But it is a beautiful rose. Come on, Margaret, you've got to put on some growth for me, okay? This has to be your year to do something. All right, and then guys, right behind Margaret, if you look, Princess Alexandra of Kent. Can you imagine that beautiful contrast? Let me try to get both of them in the shot. Do you see that? The nice white of Margaret Merrill paired with the pink of Princess Alexandra of Kent. And then peeking through, if you peek past Alexandra, you are going to see the red from the Knockout Roses. Ah, it is coming together beautifully. Oh, that's the thing about the garden, guys. It is a new garden, and so everything that I plant, it's kind of an anticipation of what it will look like when all the colors come together. And one of the most awesome moments is when you step outside and for that 30 seconds, you see what you had been anticipating a year or 2 years ago. You're like, wow, it works. But even in this small state, and just this little view, I think it works. Yeah? Okay. All right. So no more distractions. I promise this time. Let's get to planting those heirloom roses, guys. All right, guys. So we are back to... Yep. Okay. So we're back to planting. Do you remember these beds? These are the beds that we did together. We've created these new beds on the outside and on the inside. The ones on the inside of the fence have already been planted up, but there was a delay on these guys because we were waiting on the heirloom roses, which we now have. All right, so they're going to be planted. Let's see, this is the white of Margaret Merrill. This is so good now that the roses are in bloom, so you can actually see the colors, right? So we'll have the white of Margaret Merrill. Right here is where we are going to put Twilight Zone. Twilight Zone is going to be basically red. Sometimes we might get that purple hue. So he's going to be right here. And at the very end, walk with me just a few more steps. Right here is where we will have Enchanted Peace. Right? Enchanted Peace is a beautiful rose. It has that yellow, pink, and orangey sort of a glow to it. I'll try to get a picture to post here. I'll try to get a picture to put there for you. And then, of course, right across from where Enchanted Peace will be, across from her is Gabriel Oak, which is that nice, beautiful, dark magenta, sort of a pink. Behind Gabriel is, and we can all see it now because the roses are blooming, so it's going to really help you guys to picture it. Behind Gabriel, which is right here, behind him on the inside, we have Astacia Vi, which is that nice light pink. And then, of course, we're going to pop everything off with a yellow. Oh my gosh, guys, I said no more distractions, but I just saw something from here. Let me come in a little bit closer. Are you guys seeing that yellow flower there? That is Julia Child. Guys, we have to go inside and just look at Julia Child really quick. But just picture that nice contrast and look at that yellow pop of Julia Childs there. And then, or red of Tess. Now, oh my gosh, last distraction. Do you see why it's so hard for me to get things done in the garden, especially when it is in bloom? We've got to go see Julia Child. All right, let me take you on in there real quick. I promise, guys, this is the last distraction. I cannot believe that Julia Child is like not even a foot tall, just like 8 inches from the ground, and already putting out those really big flowers. No, that is one I cannot wait for. Look at this, the grass is burning. It has been hot, guys. I underestimated how hot it's been. So I need to water all of these beds. But look at, oh my goodness. Let me not let my shadow get in the way. Look at this yellow. What? Oh no, guys. How? This is a beautiful rose. Oh my goodness. The bloom behind her is a couple days old, right? And the rich yellow that you're seeing, that's her new bloom. Oh my goodness. What a beautiful rose, guys. Julia Childs. What? Hold on, let me see if she has a scent. Hold on a second, guys. She does smell good. All right. She smells, yeah, I do pick up on a light scent. Let me check again. Ooh, yeah, it's kind of limey. It's kind of a limey sort of a tea scent. But this is beautiful, guys. This area is going to work out just so beautifully. The yellow of Julia Childs, the red of Tess, the pink of Astacia Vi and Salis Marner. Yep, it's coming together. Another year, stick with me, guys. Another year or so, we may change 1 or 2 things around. But I think within a year or 2, we're going to have a beautiful rose garden. All right, guys. So no more distractions. We're just going to peek at Princess Alexandra of Kent, because you cannot pass something so beautiful and not just take a moment to just gaze upon that beauty. Oh, guys. Oh, man. Oh, look at this new bloom. All of this is going to become all of this. Wow. Okay, that is a photo right there. 1 second. I gotta get a photo, guys. Too beautiful. All right, now, now I promise that was it. No more distractions. Now we are going to get these heirloom roses into the ground so that next year when I'm walking by, I can stop and say, oh, guys, look at Twilight Zone doing her thing. All right. Okay, so let me get started here. All right, so the sizes of the roses. Enchanted Peace is going right here. She grows 3 feet tall by 2 feet wide. So I will be planting, since I'm planting 3, I want it to grow as one big beautiful bush. I'm going to be positioning them basically like I would the David Austin roses. With the David Austin roses, they recommend if you want that big bushy effect that you place them half of their width. So since Enchanted piece is 2 feet wide, then I will place her at least 1.5 feet apart. And then for Twilight Zone, she's going to be 3 feet wide, so I will place her 2 feet apart. Yeah, a little bit more than half, but I'm hoping that the roses are going to grow bigger than the height listed online. I have gotten the roses positioned where I think I want them. Alright, they're roughly spaced about 2 feet apart. Okay, I spaced them the same for continuity so that it looks, I kind of want the beds to match. Alright, so this is Enchanted piece right here. I could put her a little bit closer because she only grows about 2 feet wide. Right, and I do want to get that big bushy effect, but I think that's fine. If anything, I'll squeeze something else in there. And then this is Twilight Zone, also with the same spacing. I already have the mulch for her bed in the back, so that's going to be easier to mulch her once I'm finished. Alright guys, so this is roughly where the roses are going to be planted. I now need to just get the holes done and then put them in the ground. Alright, in terms of amending the soil, I'm not putting in any soil amendment, guys. I guess you guys know how I plant already. I don't like adding a lot of amendments into the hole. I will add any loving that I have to do on top and have that just slowly work its way down. Alright, and then hopefully these plants, once I have them planted, that they will be happy and do well. Alright, so it is windy. I'm going to put this on, I'm going to put it on time-lapse here so that you can see the whole process, but in a very short space of time. And then once we're all done, I will show you what it looks like. Alright. Alright guys, finally we have planted our roses. For some reason I'm thinking I planted the Twilight Zone a little bit too close, but we will see. They are 2 feet apart, so they should be okay. Don't know why I feel a little bit nervous about that one. So it's Twilight Zone. And then this is Enchanted piece. This is Enchanted Peace. Alright. I think I'm happy with Enchanted Peace. Ooh, there's a nice wind, guys. Perfect timing for a nice gentle wind. Alright. And there's a beautiful garden behind you. But I think this looks good. I just now need to water everybody in. Alright, and there's a look at the beds as they running down. Right, not bad. Okay, so guess what I ran out of? Cow manure. I wanted to top dress with cow manure, but I am out. So I did not put the mulch on the beds yet. I'm going to try to get some cow manure tonight or tomorrow and get that on the beds, and then I'll go ahead and pull the mulch down. I have the mulch sitting here at the back. See if you see Twilight Zone. I've got the mulch on the back of the beds. So once I've gotten the cow manure on, then I'll go ahead and mulch on over. But yeah, I think this is going to look good, guys. I think it's going to look good. I don't know why I'm worried about Twilight Zone. They are 2 feet apart. They grow 3 feet, and so I spaced them 2 feet apart because I want that whole one big shrub look. One big shrub look. But yeah, I'm just looking at her and saying, But alright, we still have, it's a potted rose, so it's easy to move it. I'll sleep on it tonight, look at it again tomorrow, and then see if maybe I want to move them a bit further away from each other. But we'll see. Alright guys, so that is it. We have ended another beautiful day in the garden. Wasn't that fun? That was fun. The sun is behind me, and so you see my shadow. Let me take you inside the garden, guys. Look at those little marigolds. When I planted them, they lost all of their blooms, and it's now what, 2 weeks since I planted them, and they've rebloomed and they are looking healthy. What does that tell us, guys? Yeah, it tells us that, look, sometimes change happens, right? Whether we want it to or not, and that initial shock of the change may cause us to, what we think, lose some blooms. But what we think of as loss is actually regrowth, rebirth, prosperity, new blooms, right? New experiences. Yeah, beautiful. So do not be afraid of change. Welcome it, guys. Open your arms and embrace it. Yes, because it will bring you new, beautiful flowers. All right, guys, and I'm thinking that this is the best point to end it, right? Look at beautiful Princess Alexandra of Kent. She has stolen my heart. Look at her just nodding in the wind. Yeah, it has been awesome spending this time with you guys in the garden as always. All right, I know that I got distracted, and you see, we still didn't do the fire chief arborvitaes, but I'm going to do my best to get those done tomorrow. And hey, I might have you along for that as well, because guess what? Every day the garden changes. Look at that. But alright, guys. Okay, I promise I will end it now. You guys are absolutely awesome. Thank you again for joining me for yet another video. Remember to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.